In this adventure, the fishing is hot and the weather is cold. We're hooking into trout and salmon and running into a fuzzy river critter in an icy, remote stretch of northern British Columbia. Come along for cold water fishing, truck camping in fresh snow, and exploring snow-covered backroads. At the end of this video, you'll see how I shaped several photographs into one single fine art image that captures the feeling and experience of being there with me. And make sure to listen closely to the original music created just for this video. The words carry the whole story.
Mid-afternoon, the light was clean. River cold, the water lean. Waited out where the shadows played. Didn't plan to stay all day. First cast hit there, then another one too. Couldn't believe what these fish would do. Line went tight, reel sang sweet silver chaos.
There we go.
Bite after bite.
Sorry, buddy. If you don't like the net.
Reflections flashing in their eyes.
There we go.
No luck, no tricks, just
Another big boy.
bite after bite.
There he goes, on and gone. Just what we want.
Cast, reel, hold,
There we go.
repeat.
Another one on.
Cold toes tap into the beat.
Another big boy.
Each fish bigger than the last.
Oh, this one's
Good
silver,
days
man.
Never seem to pass.
Oh, look at this guy.
A beaver drifted past my side. Gave one glance and rolled his eyes. Then vanished like he'd seen enough. I laughed alone. That's fishing stuff. Bite after bite. Toes gone numb, but spirits light. Catch and let the moment go. That's the only thing
All right.
I know.
What a beauty.
The day slips off, the sky turns white. Bite after bite. Dusk rolled in, the sunset low. Pack my gear, move real slow. Don't need to count, don't need to boast, just make cold toes. The snow started just after we got back to the truck. Not a blizzard, not a storm, just nature whispering surprise. We decided to find a lake because nothing says good planning like camping during the first snowfall. We backed into an actual campsite, called it home, no reservations required. The lake was calm like it already accepted our bad decisions. The snow kept falling, steady, patient, like it was filming its own ASMR channel. Every time I stepped out of the truck, the world went silent, except for that one branch that dropped snow with the enthusiasm of a Labrador. I tried taking photos, turns out autofocus doesn't believe in snow either. It just blinked at me and gave up. Everything was still the lake, the trees, even us. It was peaceful, in a we might freeze to death, but nicely kind of way. The kind of silence you only get when you can't feel your toe. Feeling in the truck, the snow is falling soft. I'm about to perform the sacred ritual of checking my setup for warmth and dignity. I open the back, swing the door wide, a cozy masterpiece of questionable pride. Blanket stack, power pack bright, this is glamping, backroads style tonight. Flip the switch, hear the system start, that little hum plays its part. Electric blanket starts to glow, luxury camping, Canadian show. I nod like a man who planned it right, until I remember it was only one night. Middle of the night, can't sleep just yet, check the screen, 6%, whisper to myself, that's fine, probably. Bundled up tight now, the snow starts dropping from the trees out there, a heavy thump, then another for fun. Guess that tree's done. My buddy's van takes every hit. I lie there thinking, this is it, another plot, right on cue. That's camping, nothing new. Just before sunrise, pale light shows the kind that says, yep, time to go, the truck's still. I step out of the truck into quiet, fresh snow, just enough to make everything clean again. Walk over to the outhouse, the seat's cold, not life-changing, but enough to speed things up. Heading back, I notice rabbit tracks in the snow, a quick line across the clearing, easy to miss if you weren't looking. I pack my gear, start down a snow-covered back road, the kind you drive slow on because every corner looks worth stopping for. After a while I park and walk a stretch on foot, snow's thin, leaves pressed flat underneath, a quiet mix of seasons meeting halfway. I notice fresh grouse tracks near a small lake, and a beaver house sitting solid in the middle. No ripples, no sound, just the stillness of it all. Walking back, I take a few photos, simple ones that feel right. No big plan, just small things worth keeping. Days like this don't need much explaining.
Hey everyone, and welcome to my studio. I am going to walk you through the photographs I took on this adventure, the ones that stood out, and the two that I chose to merge into one fine art image that captures the feeling of actually being there. What you are looking at here is my Adobe Lightroom catalog. This is where every photo lands and waits for me to decide what happens next. I flag the ones that make the cut so I can look at them on their own without getting distracted by the rest. Once I have the keepers, I make adjustments to exposure, tone, color, sharpness, and a few other things. Nothing dramatic, just enough to get them ready for Photoshop. And I'll skip the technical deep dive. You do not need a full Lightroom lecture today. Once the images are stacked into their own layers, the real thinking starts. I figure out how they interact and how they should be arranged. All of my fine art pieces begin the same way. Multiple photographs combined in a creative way. I'm essentially taking a pair of virtual scissors to each photo, cutting them out and rearranging them in a pleasing way. I then add creative touches such as blurring, changing or enhancing certain colors, removing backgrounds, flipping them around, or even upside down to make it look more artistic. These small decisions help shift the final image toward art instead of a literal expression of reality. Without giving you a full Photoshop course, I will show you the layers I built to create this final image. These are the two original photos brought in from Lightroom. From here, I start experimenting with how they fit together. They get moved around, flipped, rotated, blended, and bent into shape until something finally feels right. It is a very subjective process, and yes, it can take hours and sometimes even days to visualize and adjust until it becomes something I would actually hang on a wall. After spending a good chunk of time on this one, I ended up with these two base layers. From the two original images, I created several blended versions to form them. I added a shadowed layer from another original, a blurred layer to give the sense of water reflection, 2 layers of snowflakes created with a brush pattern, 2 layers to adjust the hue and saturation in the snow and the trees, and then a final signature layer to finish it off. The final result feels just right to me. Thanks for staying right to the end, and I hope you enjoyed stepping into my world. Stick around for the credits, they really are worth it. If you have any questions or comments about this video, please feel free to leave me a message. I always return the positive ones.
These are the credits, the show is done. You watch the whole thing, good for you. Smash that like button and subscribe too. If you don't, I won't make any more videos. Shame on you! The fish are fed, the truck's in park. It's time to fade into the dark. You stayed this long, you know the edit, so here they are. These are the credits.